Welcome back to the channel, and I gotta tell you, I had a request. I get quite a few requests. That's why we're doing the Sound and the Fury. I've been liking it a lot. I think the music is exceptional. Lends to that conversation I had about the Goodyear Pimps just not getting enough love. I would hope people would watch them for, just the reaction. Then maybe if they enjoy some of the other stuff, hope they start checking this out. But they have the freedom to make their own choices. So do I. I saw this and I'm like, I'm going with freedom. Now, I'm going to leave current events out of it because I talked to Ange last night. That's my honey bunny in case you're new to the channel and you haven't seen the couples stuff. That's over on Reaction Talk. But a little more, no Sound and the Fury over there, unfortunately. But there's some heavier stuff. I shouldn't knock it. It's pretty good. But Ange and I, we were talking last night, and to me, it seems like everybody just waits for some current event to drop so they can slap it in their title and grift off that shit. And I mean, if the power of freedom is to rile up a bunch of Sound and Fury and then put out grifty titles so you can engage views, I don't know. Does that really make people feel good? I don't know. That's not the kind of freedom I'd like to engage in. And I was just reading some comments, and it's a few. They're just every now and then, but someone's like, you're kind of my favorite go-to if I want it off the wall reactor. Their language was so kind and cool that I don't want to quote it. But because I don't agree, but at the same time, I keep going, so I'm hoping there's some sort of appeal, right? And as always, with everything else, you got that freedom of choice. You can always turn that channel. So we're going with the official lyric video, Freedom, the Sound and the Fury. Old Rollen really wanted to give some love out there to Crusader with a hell of a good comment about telling the truth. And if you notice right before this, and Crusader, I hope you catch these. I know you're out there busy. It looks like you're moving, so I hope that goes well. Don't throw out your back. Lift with your knees. Sorry. It's actually good advice, but then, ridiculous all at the same time. So, just be careful. But I didn't see that comment until after I finished the video. I went to bed thinking I was going to write some interesting story, that I had the freedom to do whatever I want. But it turns out when I push record and just start ranting, it writes itself. It comes out the way it does, and I do what I got to do. That's probably long enough. Now, if you're a fan, I should have put a link to the 4-minute mark and said, here, if you're just here for the song, this is it. I am here for the SOG and the freedom to rant and rave and till I stop. Okay, the slap upside my head for the industrial imagery and the industrial crunchy sound. I like that. It's cool. This is very cool. Oh! Now, obviously, that's a bad spot. And if that comes up on my thumbnail, Rollen's going to go with it. But, if you ever wonder what happened to the algorithm on my channel, here we are. Now I don't know. I'm pretty solid in agreement. Let's see where it goes, but I don't think there's a way to twist it around much. I mean, hopefully it's an indictment of all the sensitive, victimized check boxes that actually seem to wield way more power than the competent and willing.
Help me, I'm a victim. I've been traumatized by all those fucks who offended my precious peace of mind. What the fuck's their problem? Why are they hurting me? Don't they know I'm bothered very easily?
Man, do I love the illusion of choice. Now there's the universe I'm not saying the universe made me ramble and talk about subscribers at the beginning of what should be a music reaction. Then at the same time, I think the universe does whisper to me and says, do what you got to do, Rollen. Because if you bother someone, turn that fucking channel. You don't get to control what you see and hear. There is so much shit I dislike in this world, and guess what? I just don't engage in it. At no point do I wake up in the morning and say, oh, that should be gone from society because fuck my feelings. Yeah. So, if we're going to generate feelings and emotions with our music, here's the ballpark old Rollen really likes playing. And the fucking Sound and the Furious Fire, they deserve way more fucking listens than they get.
Don't they know I'm bothered very easily? I'm not listening. Fuck your free speech. There is a line that you crossed. I think you must have forgot. We got your freedoms. You don't need them because you've already lost. I think you said enough. It's time to wrap this shit up. We got your freedoms. You don't need them. We think you said enough.
Interesting. So, there's a good chance could be in the indictment of, at the other side, it could be the indictment of the actual hate speech. Now, Rollen is a firm believer in that whole thing. There's really not hate speech, there's just speech you hate. I want to know who the bigoted pieces of shit are so I can give them a wide berth. I want to know who the warmongering monsters who facilitate the military-industrial complex to continue and then just dry stroke to that all day. Fuck them too. Now, if I had to label hate speech, it'd be anybody who thinks they can tell me that they know better than the entire fucking planet and we're going to do what they say. To me, that seems like hate speech. Anything that lends to a totalitarian or authoritarian lean, yeah, that seems like hate speech. Willingly using language to control people. You made a shitty joke and it makes me feel bad. I'm not sure that side needs any fucking power. But need is, what they think they got. No, I'm kidding. I just worked out that way. I tried to incorporate it, but yeah, no, maybe not. Now, so just to be fair, this might not be to get me all jacked up and excited. This band probably, we sat down and talked. We probably wouldn't agree on a lot of stuff. I think, some of this might be, the misinterpretations of people who watch me might be what's indicting here. That kind of stuff. Every now and then, I'm told what they think they think. They're fucking wrong every time because they don't go back and learn the timeline and realize that, wow, I used to align myself with a lot of individuals till it turns out the heroin junkies and the scumbags and the I want to be dropped out of society and live on the street and poop there. Turns out I just don't. There's a line. You want to fucking talk about lines right there. Oh, I'm apologetic. I want to take and change the laws so you can solicit a minor. You want to fucking talk about hate speech? I hate the fact that no one on the Epstein list got named, but we get our feelings hurt and we fucking cry about it. But you're okay with your neighbor's children being sold. There, that's a little fucking sound and fury of my own, just in case I'm misinterpreting a bunch of shit and it's indicting us big mouthed fucking freedom loving motherfuckers. Well, bullshit. There's not enough freedom up until that freedom makes you think you can hurt someone. Then you're just a psychopath, and that ain't freedom. That's something different. That's psychopathy, in my personal opinion. Song's still a fucking killer track, though.
I'm gonna wrap this shit up. We got your freedoms, you don't need them. We think you said enough.
Could never say enough.
You said enough.
But your silence is cacophony. You can never say enough. It turns out you could just say it. You dig them fucking holes and be wrong. And you lay it all out there. But if I have to fucking worry that inside your head is a whole different series of beliefs than what you put on Front Street, then how do I ever trust? Yeah, you should probably own everything and be honest. And we could weed out the human garbage. It turns out I got to weed the shit out of my garden to sustain myself on the food. Maybe society's the same way. Actually, I think we probably agree on a few things here. There are lines. But then I bet those lines are subjective to our feeling base, which kind of sucks. How about they be subjective to our morality?
You said enough. What the fuck's your problem? You keep offending me. You can't tell me nothing. I'm bothered easily. I'm not listening. You can't.
God, isn't it the extremists on both sides that we're looking at here? Now that I would really love the best. Because it always takes two, in my personal opinion. It takes someone with the comment and someone to be offended. Funny enough, it's real hard to nail down 100% offensive. It turns out to be incredibly subjective. What easily offends others is like, fucking water off a duck's back to some other people. Like, really? Damn, that's pretty soft if that bothers you. And then at the same time, I'm like, wow, I hear that. And I'm like, gosh, they can just get away with saying that? Huh. Oh, yeah, that's that revenge theory I keep bringing up on the channel now and then. It's funny how we filter our morality through which group deserves some revenge. And then how often we misunderstand conquered from stolen. You have every fucking right to be pissy that your people lost battles. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But is there really a narrative? Is there really a timeline where everyone lays down so you can get your assumed revenge? So you can feel better about yourself so you don't cry yourself to fucking sleep every night? I don't know. Is there? Because I know I don't owe a motherfucker a thing. But boy, do I keep hearing like, oh, everybody owes somebody something. And nobody comes and takes out my fucking garbage. Isn't it the same way? Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm easily offended too.
I'm not listening. You can't talk to me. Fuck your free speech. There is a line that you crossed. I think you must have forgot. We got your freedoms. You don't need them because you've already lost. I think you said enough. It's time.
I think that line is going to come when you take away enough freedoms where people who were normally silent can be silent no more. Now, I told Ange, I unfortunately believe that the silent majority is not willing to stand up for themselves until they're pushed into a corner of their own home. But I do believe that. And the planet has a long history of what happens when you push that group all into a corner. So we'll find out about the line eventually. And we'll find out what divides freedom lovers from status. It will be that simple. We'll wrap it up. I hope I've said enough. Hey! I would say that's appropriate. But I also am not offended by burning a flag in the name of free speech either. I don't think those forms of expression are repulsive. I believe they're repulsive to some, inspirational to others. Once again, the subjective nature of what, let's say, an insurrection is. Because you can't agree on it. It turns out if you ideologically believe in what the insurrectionists are doing, you think they're liberators. If you're terrified by that action, you think they're the bad guys. I realize if I use that T word, the algorithm hates me more than all the fucks we've already experienced. Don't talk about self-harm. Don't talk about, guerrilla tactics from displaced citizens. Yeah, it turns out you can't mention that stuff. Algorithmic poison. Freedom my ass. Oh, I don't.
But you're gonna tell us everything that you know.
Oh, no. That I feel, or my opinion, or I think, and then I let you know that all opinions for entertainment purposes only. You should always filter everything through, a pretty strong filter. Shouldn't probably let the mob ever just sweep you up and take you away. The mob really has no benefit to you. Just saying. Torches, pitchforks, inevitable bloodshed. It's fucking ugly.
This is the line in the sand, gentlemen. It's time to stand up and be a fucking man. You take my freedoms and I'll kill you where you stand. This is the land of the free. Home of the free.
I really like this, and I don't know. I think this is so well written. This can feed. God, I think this is very good. I ain't kissing the artist's ass because I don't do that. I don't, right? Even if it was, I don't, I'm not, I wouldn't know what to say to anybody. I don't talk to people. I ain't do interviews. But this is very awesome. I think it's super fucking smart. Now, as I've mentioned, and the words themselves, I think it would be wrong for me to think that I know it's all those things. It was written in the lyrical content. But my personal feeling is this hits across. This can work. If I was throwing the hearts and minds on the table and then weighing that in equation against the subjective nature of it all, this feeds all sides of I think you could interpret a lot of this as the way you wanted for the stance you were taking. And let's say you thought there was a little bit too much freedom of the privileged to oppress you. Or you thought that standing up for freedom was a noble cause. Either side of it. I think it works, in my personal opinion, but my opinion's for entertainment. So just remember, I wouldn't, you know, the fuck do I know? Yeah, don't know. Here, what I really know is this is why old Rollen doesn't co-opt a song. Rollen learned this long ago. It turns out born in the USA was indicting the fact he was born in the USA kind of thing, right? I hear Glory Days all the time. And I'm like, dude, he's an asshole. He ain't talking about the fact that you ain't get much in life and you're going to, you know, Al Bundy, remember your last fucking touchdown. Nah. You wasted your life away in a bar. That's all you got. I have disdain for you. Oh, what a prick. In my personal opinion. But I think he has the freedom to write that fucking music and deceive people with the imagery and the ideas all he wants. Once I learn about it, I get to choose and have the freedom to go, yeah, no, that kind of propaganda and messaging isn't for me. I don't ever have to feel bad that I didn't accomplish too much in life because it turns out I like the man in the mirror. Hey, buddy, how you doing? We made it through a lot, didn't we? Yeah. Can we keep going? Yes. Do you hate me? No. I no longer look at my enemy. And fucking no amount of money fixes that unless you're talking about the therapy you paid for, but I couldn't afford that. I had to find you out there. So Rollen could just spurt out furious sound and words and I'm kidding. No, I really did like this a lot. I thought it was very cool. I think that's a heavy lyrical content. I take the whoever's writing these lyrics. I think this band is fire and way smart, and it probably, I might not get the joke, and I might be one of the people that represent the opposite of what they see for the world. I can live with that. I really like their music. I like their messaging, and I think it hits so in that. Fuck. Let's take a shot at everything that I like. That's freedom, baby. Later.